Good morning. Here it is. It's Wednesday already. Man, this week's flying by. It's March the 29th, and I sure hope you had a good Tuesday. I hope that you were maybe successful in the endeavors that you maybe were doing yesterday, and maybe the work that you were able to get accomplished. But if you weren't able to, get finished, as always, like I always say, God has given us a new day. He's blessed us to be able to get up this morning and breathe that breath of air, and Lord, and knowing that He's given us a day of opportunities, and I certainly hope and pray that we all take advantage of the opportunities God gives us on this Wednesday hump day, middle of the week. This morning I want to share with you a devotional entitled "Understanding the Justice of God." Matthew chapter 20, verse 28. It says, "For even the Son of Man came not to be served, but to serve others, and to give his life as a ransom for many." It's that time of year when we celebrate Easter, and it's coming up, next week. And so, the question arises, why the cross? Why didn't God why didn't He just simply say, "Hey, look, everyone, I know you have sinned against me, but I'm going to pardon you right now. It's okay. I forgive all of you." Well, God didn't do that because, you see, it doesn't work with His nature and His character. You see, the justice of God requires obedience and sacrifice. He could not accept us, into fellowship with, Himself unless we paid the penalty or someone paid it on our behalf. Romans chapter 3, verse 25, it tells us there, it says, "For God presented Jesus as the sacrifice for sin." People are made right with God when they believe that Jesus sacrificed His life, shedding His blood. This sacrifice shows that God was being fair when He held back and did not punish those who sinned in times past. You see, the cross demonstrates the justice of God. At the cross of Calvary, the love and the justice of God met. Yes, God had to satisfy, His justice. The scriptures tell us first in Ezekiel chapter 18, verse 20, it says, "The person who sins is the one who will die." And then Romans 6:23, it says, "The wages of sin is death." And then in Hebrews 9:22, it says, "Without the shedding of blood, there is no forgiveness." You see, He was basically saying, my righteous requirements must be met, but I love humanity, and there is no way they can do it on their own. And so I must help them. Therefore, He sent Jesus, to bridge that gap, that chasm that was created by sin. And this is why, Jesus Christ is the only way to God. People, it seems like, we hear it more prevalent today, but I think it's always been there. But people, they like to say that all roads lead to God. And here's the deal that really concerns me, and it really gets at the core of my being, is when I hear Christians, parrot statements to that effect when they say that. Because here's the deal, there's only one path to God. There's only one way. If that were not true, then why did Jesus have to die? If all roads, lead to God, then why did Jesus go through, all the anguish and all the torture and the pain of the cross? You see, the primary reason that Jesus came to this earth was to simply die for our sins, to pay the penalty, to be the sacrifice that was needed. God, after the fall, in the Garden of Eden, in the book of Genesis, it talks about when Adam and Eve sinned, and created this gap between us and God. God had a plan, and it was Jesus. Everything points from that point on to Jesus. It points to Jesus, that He is the ultimate lamb to be sacrificed. And He paid the penalty for our sins. And simply put, that is the only way that we have an opportunity to get to God, is by believing in Jesus and repenting of our sins and asking Him to come into our lives and to save us. And so if you haven't done that, I hope that you will. I hope that if you have questions, you can always contact me. But anyway, I hope that you have a wonderful Wednesday. Remember, Angie and I, we love you guys, and we're praying for you. And Lord willing, I'll see you tomorrow morning. God bless you.